Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. So the topic of discussion for today is, will Call of Duty be free to play at any given point in time in the future or the near future or any time at all whatsoever? Now, there's a whole bunch of politics when it comes to whether or not that may become a thing, but there's also the fact that, well, Call of Duty right now at this point, not Call of Duty, excuse me, but if you pay attention to Fortnite and the amount of money that that game makes on a regular basis compared to Call of Duty, and it's an absolute free to pay play game, and it's also, there's a lot of microtransactions in terms of, you know, you can get skins and stuff like that, all customizable items and everything like that, and they make a good penny off of that. So, but the game is free to play, and that's one of the things that it's always had to its advantage, and they're constantly updating it, pretty much constantly how they're updating Call of Duty in a sense, but the right way. And they're a hell of a lot nicer to their customers and their consumers or whatnot. You know, you don't get any tweets saying, "Oh, I'm sick and tired of hearing this." No, we're not putting it in the game. No. Instead, you're getting tweets like, "Oh, we're sorry, we kind of messed up or whatnot. We just want to give you guys our feedback. We're working on it now, and we'll get a release date or an update up as soon as possible to you guys." That is the way that you treat people. That is the way that you talk to people, especially when it comes to people that pay your bills, especially when they're the people that are responsible that made your franchise what it is in the first place. So that's why kind of, even though I don't play Fortnite and I don't like it, I certainly respect the developers a hell of a lot more. And on top of that, I mean, these guys are just, I mean, you've got games out there that have a $60 price tag on, right? Like, let's say like Titanfall 2 when it came out, and Halo 5 obviously when it came out, right? But their DLC was free. All the DLC was free, which is absolutely amazing. And you're not dividing your player base and all that kind of stuff. So the free to play formula has so many advantages. And like I said in the beginning of the video, when Drifter made a video talking about Fortnite and just how much money that game actually makes, I think the title of his video was, "Is Fortnite dying, or is Call of Duty dying, or is Fortnite dying," or something like that. I don't know. Or is Fortnite on the decline? It was one of those two videos. I don't remember. But I'm sure that any of you that have watched his videos you probably have a good idea of what I'm talking about. But the thing is that, I mean, Fortnite is what put free-to-play games on the map. And if you're looking at what Call of Duty is trying to do right now in terms of Black Ops 4 and in terms of the microtransaction system that they're trying to do, they're basically trying to copy Fortnite, but they're doing it wrong. they're not doing it nearly as well. And on top of that, it's like some of the stuff that they're doing, it's like, this stuff isn't really that appealing. It's like, why would I do this? But anyway, I don't want this to turn into a diss Call of Duty video. So I try to keep things in the balance and up in here. But the thing is, I mean, the whole free to play thing has a lot of advantages to it. And if it's done right, Call of Duty can technically make a hell of a lot more money than it's ever had before. Granted, they do it right. And by do it right, I don't necessarily mean like, how do I put this? Like finding ways to quote unquote pickpocket people is that, like, the way I like to put it. It's like these guys can do basically anything that other free to play games are, and they could turn it into a success. I mean, I'm sure Activision has a team of people figuring out how to maximize profits, and there's a room full of them thinking up all this shit. So quite frankly, they could definitely make this game free to play if they really wanted to. And they can figure out ways to maximize profits and at the same time make the consumer base happy if they really wanted to. The only thing is that there's also politics involved, and what I mean by that is they are legally obligated to please their shareholders. So they need to make as much money as they possibly can. So there's that as well. So I mean, I don't know. I guess every video game publisher or whatnot has that responsibility. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know the ins and outs and betweens of that. I'm sure some of you guys might. But the thing is this: free to play games have a lot more potential than they've ever had before. And when you take a franchise like Call of Duty that is making, in terms of what it's capable of doing with the $60 price tag, if they were to switch that up and go free and find other ways to consistently make money and keep updating the game. I mean, they're already updating it pretty much like Fortnite anyway. I mean, every week we're getting a huge update. I mean, the amount of updates, the amount of gigabytes that we've had to put into our consoles for updates outweigh the game itself. So that just goes to show you. But I certainly think that there is a lot of potential to be had, but the thing is you have to have the right mindset as well. And it's just that, well, the thing is some people just work to the beat of their own drum, unfortunately. So there's that as well. But the potential is there, at least in my eyes. Again, I am more than willing to admit that I don't know every single gray area of what the whole politics of everything is and why they can't do things. But all I know is this. Fortnite basically put themselves on the map and they're absolutely free. And right now they're absolutely dominating in terms of how much money they make on a monthly basis and all that kind of stuff. And the player base is really high. They're playing on every single console and PC and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, quite frankly, the sky could be the limit for Call of Duty as well if a similar formula gets adapted, so to speak. It doesn't necessarily have to be a cut and paste. But at the same time, I'm sure some people out there would be like, well, cut and paste isn't necessarily a bad idea if it's done all right. But yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about in this video, because I'm extremely curious about it. You guys, some of you guys here are more knowledgeable on the subject than I am, and communication back and forth between you guys has been terrific as of late. So I figured this will be the perfect subject to talk about. And they're already doing COD Online up in China. I don't know if they're gaining any profit from it or anything like that. I'm not sure. But the thing is this, I mean, they could easily gain a ton of profit from a free-to-play Call of Duty game if they do it right. So I just wanted to get your feedback on it. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, and while I'm at it, do you guys think that Blackout might be sold separately as its own entity in the future or whatnot? Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Or do you think they're going to do something even crazier and make Blackout just free-to-play, and then they'll test how they do on that, and then maybe eventually move on into multiplayer and the rest of the brand? I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. I'll catch you guys in the next one.